Yeah, good morning, YouTube. Yeah, you know, up just thinking, having a lot of things to think about. I had a few things that come across my comments about, I had to put my professionals on. Yeah. Um, a little bit about myself. My name is Max. Um, Besides me telling y'all I'm a dialysis patient and everything like that, I do have a give a gab. I'm very strong when it comes to numbers. You know, um, it's one of them things that it's something that I always been strong with. When it came down to numbers on the mental side, I could break down numbers mentally real quick. It's like my brain is a computer when it comes to numbers. I had a few concerns about people wanting to, far as a tax bracket. I mean, I have a few things written down, but sometimes some things are just, common sense and or how would I say? I mean, for me it's easy, but that not everybody is um, very not everybody is smart when it comes to numbers or math. I know it's a challenge. Not to talk down on anybody, I understand. So I have a few things that the bracket that I really wanted to get out to people. Okay, like this is what for people that make hourly wages. Depending on how much you make an hour, would be what you'll make 40 hours in a week, what you'll make in a month, and what you will make in a year. So whatever one is you, that's what you can compute. You can subtract your taxes or whatever, however, depending on your state. You can subtract your taxes later on down the line. Um, for me, I learned that, you could cut corners. The more dependents that you put down, the less money they take out on taxes. Or you could put down no dependents and they take out a lot in taxes and then you get it back in the end of the year. But I mean, it's, it's different from different strokes or even different folks. You know what I mean? It's all about what you want to do with it. I want to see all my taxes because you person got child support and all that shit. So I don't too much care about no income tax. So I just want to see all mine right then on my check. So I put down a lot of dependents. But it used to be different back in the day. All right, let's get down to the numbers. If you working a job and you making $19.50 an hour in a 40-hour week, you'll be making $780 a week on a 40-hour pay period for 40 hours. Um, for a month, that's $3,120 a month. For a year, you'll be making $37,400 a year. That's only if you're making $19.50 an hour. Hold on one second. Um, yeah, that's in a week's pay. I had to see something. I mean, if you want to get the day, you could break down the day. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you working a five day, that's just regular 40 hours. You doing overtime. It's time and a half and things like that. That's a whole nother session, and I could just go ahead and let you know, depending on what the max is on the overtime. Now they got certain jobs now. Now I know for a fact, like Amazon, they only max you out at 60 hours in a week. So basically you only get 20 hours of overtime. And depending on what you making, times that overtime, that's what you making for overtime when it come down to certain jobs like Amazon, or if you got like um, in the medical field, you know what I mean? You in that type of job setting and stuff like that. But right now we just gonna focus on these 40 hours. If you're making $19.75 an hour in a 40-hour week work period week, you make $790 a week. $790 a week. That's $3,160 a month. Out of that, for the year, that you'll be making $37,920. Now, if you make $20 an hour, which most jobs now, I was doing forklift operator. You got temp agencies and things of that nature. I know Amazon. That's why I did the 19, because normally Amazon to start people off at 1950, 1975. Worked at Amazon. I worked at Amazon before, so I understand how what they do. They start you off at that entry level or whatever like that. But some people, depending on your skill set, you might get paid more than 1975. At least that's the least they gonna start you off. Now, like say, my profession, forklift operator, you got certain jobs that they, entry level, skill level, as far as mechanics or machine operator, you can get 20 an hour and up. So if you're making $20 an hour, that's just should be easy, simple math. $20 an hour, working 40 hours a week. 20 times 40 is 800. You know what I mean? So you make 800 a week, 3,200 a month. $3,200 a month for the year. For the 12-month year, you make it $38,400. You know what I mean? So that's just simple, easy math. Certain jobs, I worked at Penny Wells. They do got forklift operators. They might start you off at $20.50 an hour or whatever. $20.50 an hour. You'll be making $820 a week, $3,280 a month, $39,360 a year. For people that's making $20.75 an hour, you'd be making $830 a week, $3,220 a month, $39,840 a year. So you're still in the $40,000 bracket. Now, I done had jobs, temp agencies or whatever the case may be. Like I said, once you get up in skill level, entry level, skill level, semi, forklift operator, depending on what jobs. Certain warehouses is different. They start you off, different depending on what it is. $21 an hour, you'll be getting paid $840 a week, $3,360 a month, $40,320 a year. 2150, you'll be getting paid $860 a week. And all these is 40 hour a week pay periods when it come down to hourly, weekly, monthly, yearly. And you want it super, I can break it down even more, but you do your taxes based on, your level. So again, $2,150, that's $860 a week, $3,440 a month, $41,280 a year. For $22 an hour, you get $880 a week, $3,520 a month, $42,240 a year. So you're over 42,000. Now, $22.50 an hour. Certain jobs I was making $22.50 an hour. The overtime and stuff like that was good as well. You make $900 a week, $3,600 a month, and $43,200 a year. So that's pretty decent money. $900 a week. After tax, you might see $800, depending on what it is, 780, depending on what you would. I mean, but you know, taxes is crazy. You gotta pay taxes and all that stuff. That's why I say put the most dependents. The most dependents you put down, the better. If you want to see all your money. Now, I was doing. That's just a quick number cruncher when it comes down to, you know, a certain job. Now I got a job, a position that I was gonna be starting pretty soon. That paying a decent amount. Pepsi, like Coca-Cola and stuff like that, they start out at 24 an hour, 24, 25 an hour. You'll want to get those jobs, 25 an hour times 40, that's 1,000 a week, 4,000 a month, um, and 48,000 a year. So you need at least have a job, make at least 24, at least $25 an hour if you want to see 48,000 a year. You want to see, that 4,000 a month. Now you got construction workers and all that stuff. They be making a little bit more money. That's another session. But that's the breakdown from now. From that. So again, to recap, 1950, that's 780 a week. 1975, that's $790 a week. $20, that's $800 a week. 2050, that's $820 a week. $20.75 an hour, that's $830 a week. $21 an hour, that's $840 a week. 2150, that's $860 a week. $22 is $880 a week, and $22.50 is $900 a week. So that's what you're making. If that's what you at right now. You do your calculations and boom. So we'll get down to more number crunching later on down the line. But it's the Math Man checking out with another video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your tax bracket is. Let me know what your wages is. If you want to know other numbers, feel free to put them in a comment, and I'll break it down.